It's the end of April, and it is a busy time in the garden here at Deep South Texas. We're harvesting tomatoes every day, green beans every other day, peppers almost every day. There is a lot going on here. Let's take a look. Even though we're harvesting 5 to 10 pounds of tomatoes every day, there are still bunches of tomatoes coming on. I'm not seeing much in the way of new blooms now, but still lots of tomatoes to harvest. It's been a banner year for tomatoes here at Deep South Texas. Here we have 25 pounds of ripe tomatoes that we're going to turn into spaghetti sauce today. And we also have at least another 25 pounds of tomatoes that will be ripe in the next 3 days. A lot of work ahead. We've also already canned up almost 2 gallons of salsa. So couldn't be happier with the tomatoes. It's really looking like a great year. And the spaghetti sauce is underway. We probably won't be canning this up until tomorrow, but it is started. Got it cooking in this old Westinghouse roaster, and we will eventually take an immersion blender to this and get it all minced up. So here is the spaghetti sauce all canned up. Ended up with 3 gallons. Wow. Looks like a year's worth to me. I've been harvesting onions as the tops dry out and putting them on this rack to continue drying. And we've been harvesting onions every day too. Been setting them out on the rack to dry out. My wife just took a bunch of onions because she needs 8 cups of diced onions for the spaghetti sauce. So we're using them up as they come due. And the onions we planted from starts, they're beginning to bulb up as well. And I'm finally starting to see some little peppers on my Carolina Reapers. Let's see if we can get in and take a look. So, still need a lot more, but at least we have peppers coming on. And I've been harvesting the cayennes as they turn red and just take them in the house to dry out. And I think I've got my first eggplant of the year setting on. My green beans started out kind of slow this year, but now we're harvesting green beans every couple days, and we've gotten a bunch, and there's still more coming on. The weather has been a little cooler and wetter here at Deep South Texas than normal for an April, so I think that's really helping out the green beans. And the Chinese long beans, well, they're growing long. So it's time to do my first harvest of Moringa leaves for the year, but I really need the island in the kitchen in order to process these. And right now it's totally full of tomatoes, and probably will be for the next 3 weeks. And the banana trees are liking all this rain as well. They're growing every day. Still no flowers, but it'll be a while till that happens. And I see my first turmeric shoot poking its head above the ground. Should start to see more turmeric and ginger in this barrel as time goes on. And this barrel of elephant garlic is looking good as well. My pink-eyed purple hull peas are starting to put on pods, but I haven't seen any pods yet on the red rippers. But they are flowering, so it won't be too long. And the speckled butter beans are putting on pods as well. So, looks like going to be a pretty productive year for beans. The summer squash and zucchini have been kind of slow this year, but we have harvested several, and we got another big one here that needs to be harvested. And the wheat is starting to put on heads. So lots of wheat happening here. We'll see how it goes to harvest. I've planted half a bed of sweet potatoes this year. So I grew the slips, and these were planted, not quite a month ago. They looked pretty weak just starting out, but now they're looking fine, growing strong. We'll harvest some sweet potatoes this year as well. And I think it's time to harvest the Yukon Gold potatoes, even though they haven't really died back. My wife did harvest a couple plants down here, and we got some really nice potatoes out of that. So I think it's time to get these out of the ground as well. The yellow bell pepper plant is doing great. It's got a couple more big peppers here ready to harvest. This plant is just doing wonderful this year. My California Wonder Pepper is kind of on the small side. It's got some peppers coming on, but not nearly the size of that yellow bell. So I guess it doesn't like this spot very well. So now that the hens are locked up, we can start planting some other items out here in the backyard. While they were roaming, they just dig up everything. So sort of fallen into the goji berry craze, and we've planted a couple goji berry bushes. Let's see how they turn out. Got some oranges coming on the navel orange tree. Not a lot, but we'll have some to harvest. They'll be ready, in November. But we have a lot of lemons coming on the Meyer lemon tree that's over by the chicken coop. So we'll get a nice harvest of lemons this year as well. The herbs are still looking very, very good. Well, that's a quick tour of the garden here at the end of April in deep South Texas. I hope you enjoyed that garden tour. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.